Hey, collective. Remember to take what fits and leave the rest. But if this is for you, collective, you have been granted access to the Akashic Library. And I'm picking up on a whole slew of enemies who are absolutely exhausted from attacking you. And this is because, collective, you refuse to give up. Someone here especially is feeling ashamed and worried that they have went too far this time. But what this person doesn't know, collective, is that the one they betrayed you for is soon going to betray them way worse. Whoever you are, collective, you're being protected right now by Archangel Metatron. And there's another energy here that you don't even know, but they know you. And this person now has your back. In fact, I'm picking up this is someone that wants to give you some sort of an expensive gift. This could very well be a soulmate, a twin flame, some type of higher level commitment who is on their way to you now, collective.
With Motion Array's easy to use motion graphics, you can enjoy the creative process.
And I feel like they are having your back against this energy, collective, who's been lying about being a divine energy. This is someone who put about 82 swords in your back and you pulled them all out one by one. This is someone who will soon be sitting in jail and really regretting what they did to you. This is a fake Mr. Nice Guy or gal. They are getting ready to be thinking, well, it was fun while it lasted. We do have the name David. But yeah, this person has a very painful ending that is fast approaching. And the Holy Spirit is saying it's because sellouts get sold, and this person is a sellout. This could be someone, collective, who has a very unique and easy to spot kind of mailbox. And they are no longer allowed to hold you back. It's because law and order is now coming through like a wrecking ball. We do have the name Wade. This could be someone suffering from insomnia. This is someone surrounded by conflict and hostility. This could also be someone who has like a generational curse of incest on their bloodline. This is truly just a disturbing individual, collective, because for some of you, this is a reptilian energy who recorded sexual assaults against you and then harvested your energy for money. This is someone that you don't talk to anymore, and that was the best move that you could have made because your silence is powerful. This is someone who has zero self-esteem. And there are energies here, collective, who are starting to realize that you started speaking up about what was happening to you because you had no other choice. And someone here that is seeing this about you, collective, they've been speaking good about you. Your name is being mentioned in rooms that you've never even been in before. But yeah, you, the Emperor or the Empress. There has been a Virgo, a Cancer, and a Capricorn all after you. We do have the name Frisella. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. But they have been after you, collective, the one who always has options. I'm picking up on around a month from now. One of these enemies here, I think you're going to find out that they tried to poison you. This is also a karmic energy that lied about you under oath, and it was in order to steal something from you. This could be some type of a substitute teacher. But you have been standing 10 toes down against this person, which is exactly why it is that what was done in the dark is now coming into the light. You are about to be totally free, collective, of all of your enemies. The Holy Spirit is saying that they have really embarrassed themselves by coming after you, because there are many different people who now have a lot of respect for you. Especially someone here who is in total disgusted shock over what they've just discovered. What they have just discovered, collective, is the fact that you have always been good. You have always been good to these enemies who absolutely tried to ruin you. You've never done anything out of the way to deserve any of this, right? But yeah, you, collective, the one who was born fearless. We have the names Toth, Hubbard, and Paris, or it could be the location of Paris. They've also discovered all the family abuse that you have been put through. One of these enemies, collective, there's a raid that is going to take place wherever they work. This could be someone who doesn't have a happy home. We have the name Nora. Then I'm picking up on someone who's surrounded by distractions, but this is someone that God is speaking to. They are being guided by God to confess everything that they know has happened to you, collective. This could be someone who has a baby on the way. This is someone who could be a triplet. This is someone who could have undiagnosed mental illnesses. But this person, collective, they are being spiritually attacked just like you are. God is telling this person they need to dance and sing or do something to raise their vibration. We do have the name Dorothy. But yeah, your vibe attracts your tribe, collective. And I feel like you and this triplet, you are kindred spirits. Then I'm picking up on someone that the Holy Spirit says you should try coming home from work early, surprise your person, because you might be surprised at what you find. And this could be a cable guy that I'm picking up on. You need to come home early. There are things going on in your home that shouldn't be going on. We have the name Maisie. One of these enemies, they are living in fear because this is someone who has been faking it. They have been living a whole lie. When faking it until you make it goes horribly wrong. This is someone who could have brown eyes and brown hair. This is someone that tried to expose you with lies, so now God is exposing them with the truth. They did something really heinous to you around 2019. This is someone that currently has a target on their back. We have the name Mikey. So many of these enemies, collective, they are now losing their shit. We have the names Johnson and Kelsey. There's some sort of mother or father here who's made fake profiles of you for dating sites. This is someone who drinks so much they could end up giving themselves alcohol poisoning. This is also someone who's living in a home that belongs to you, which is exactly why it is that they are planning to damage your property. This is someone who thought that if they framed you for a crime, then they could get away with what they did, because this is someone who's hiding something. This could be someone who at one point in time competed in the Olympics. They did not win, but they competed. And I think what they have been hiding, collective, is the fact that they don't have a green card. This is also someone who's been hanging out around the wrong people, like this enemy here with the brown eyes and the brown hair. This is someone who wanted to take your divine spot away from you without doing any of the inner work. And that was a big waste of time because it simply does not work that way. You were pulled away from this energy just in the nick of time. This could be someone who works for the state. And this is someone, collective, that after everything they've done to you, they are now crying over you. So many people are angry with this one. They are pissed off about the fact that they were used to outcast you, an innocent, good, and undeserving of all of this person. You have not deserved any of this abuse or torture or hate or harassment. But it's almost over. Law and order is on the way. Much love.
happening around us. Hello. You did not cause or create the trauma or the mistreatment that you went through. There's a belief, a spiritual belief that we create our own reality. Everything that's happening around us is a result of something we created. But if you've experienced childhood trauma, or you were raised by a narcissist or an emotionally absent person, or somebody who was abusive in some way, you know that you did not cause that. You did not create that. You are not responsible for how other people, how adults or other people, family members, things like that, treated you. You were subjected to that. And so you have to be very careful when you hear people talking about that type of stuff, because it sounds a lot like victim blaming. Okay? Now, and if you were raised by a narcissist, or if you were in an environment, a toxic environment where you were mistreated, you already were blamed for their actions. And so to hear that from somebody who is trying to be spiritual or trying to talk about oneness, non-duality, enlightenment, things of that nature, can be extremely triggering for you. You know, it's like, oh, you're gaslighting me into thinking that it's my fault that this happened. Like, I created this. So let's break it down, okay? Now, we do influence our reality. But when you're a child, you're born into a situation, you're subjected to that situation. Now, whether or not your soul chose to be in that situation, to bring balance to it, to grow, or to help heal the situation, or whether God placed you in that situation, that's up to you to decide. You can decide why you're in that situation. But it's important to remember, you did not create that situation. That situation existed before you, okay? And so you come into this situation, you're a child, you're at the mercy of it, and you do your best on a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual level, on a soul level, to navigate that process. And so often we go into a survival mode, which is our body's way of going into fight or flight, where, you know, our body, our mind protects us from the pain of what's the reality of what's there, because it's extremely painful. It's extremely painful to be raised by a narcissist. It's extremely painful on an emotional and even physical level to grow up in an environment that's dysfunctional, with people who are dysregulated, with people who are wounded and don't have the courage or the wherewithal within themselves, or even the desire to want to heal that. Okay? It's very painful. And so you're subjected to that, and you're navigating it as a child. But then you reach a certain level in your own development where you do start to make choices, conscious choices. Okay? But you have to remember, you have already adapted to these environments in a way that allows you to survive. You have already taken on beliefs from these other people that help you, thrive in the life. Maybe not thrive, but help you just get through those situations, those environments in a safe way. So you have beliefs that aren't in true alignment with who you are. They could be dysfunctional. You have taken on patterns from these people. Okay. And now when we start to become more conscious and to make more conscious choices, we can attract similar situations to us because of these patterns and these beliefs that we've adopted as a child in these situations. Okay. So, and you're not necessarily creating that for yourself, because it's not something you want. It's just something that's familiar to you. You really didn't have anything. It's like all you knew, you didn't have anything to compare it to. And I do see that so many of us here have gone through such extreme trauma in childhood that we did for a long time.
1 second, you're worrying about your home. And then, thanks to ADT, there's a lot less to worry about.